The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. Of course, I am Ed, and I am here today with Brittany. Good morning,
Good morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Hump Day. Well, we're going to have to
the
get
ones
our...
you love or the ones you don't love. I don't know.
Well, we're going to have to get our hump on today, baby, because it's just you and I, so... We're going to get this happening and make it happen the best way we can. So, but anyway, we ain't got no interest groups for today. So, wish we had some there, but at the same time, for those listening in, it's an opportunity, on the fourth Wednesday of every month. We don't have no group, so it's wide open if you got an idea for a group that you think might work, and hey, get at us at info@blindunited.org, and we will definitely try to accommodate you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, throughout the couple of years we've been doing this now, we realize that even though I may not think it might be a good group, who knows? You never know who likes what you like. So just because I don't like it don't mean some other folks don't like it. So they're more than happy to set up a group and see if we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about trying to give our community
right. Some of the weirdest groups have really worked. Some people really like things that I didn't think they were going to like.
Exactly. I mean, that's my whole point, so, but again, ultimately it's an opportunity for, folks in our community to get together and get to know each other and network with each other and, try to create that united front, you know what I'm saying, to where we can eventually get this one voice thing working. And, the stronger we become, the stronger that one voice movement will become as well. So, but it's all about just trying to get everybody together. You know what I'm saying? So don't be shy. Come on in. On that note, I don't have a movie for Friday, so if anybody's got a movie idea for Friday.
The Fifth Element.
I got that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Fifth Element.
You got it. No problem. Fifth Element. Y'all heard it first right here. We will be watching The Fifth Element Friday night with Bruce Willis. I can't remember what old girl's name is that stars with him, but I know Chris Tucker's in there? Yeah, Chris Tucker's in there. So that's it's a lot of fun. I like the old girl in there that does the she's actually a famous opera singer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the lady does, she's the alien that does the singing.
Yeah. I don't know.
You listen to her, you catch that voice, and she does that in her opera performances.
Oh, no way. Wow.
Does that, that really, I forget how she does it, but she's really, really good with it. I know that. So, but yeah, no, we'll watch The Fifth Element this Friday. So, come on out, check it out. It's a good movie. So, on that note, I don't know what we got going on today. I got another. I'm signed up to get my get that Glide.
Yeah. You got to let me test drive it, man. The day that it comes to your house, I'm coming to your house to test drive it.
Well, they say it's still probably right at about a year out before it's actually delivery. But I mean, the other day, I bounced off. What was it? Monday. I had to bounce off because I thought it was the regular web day, web group gather day. But it was actually a virtual. What do they call it? I forget what he's calling it. Well, bottom line is demo day. That's what he called it. So anyway, they while they were in Toronto the weekend before doing a demo day, they actually filmed, Amos doing some stuff, and then they did a audio description of that.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
And then played it during the meeting on Monday. But today is the actual web gathering day. So get over there and check on that. They still got some spots available. They've actually announced the pre-order.
The pre-order, yeah, I saw the email for that.
Yeah, so they're announcing the pre-order. So, I mean, if you get in before then, you can lock in at 40% off. If you go in, on a bit after the pre-order date, then they drop it down to 30%.
Okay.
If you get in there and do that buy-in, they say they got like 50 spots left.
Mm-hmm.
So for $100, you get 40% off.
Here, Gabba.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was
that? Zach.
Oh.
Hey, Zach.
No, I'm playing. It's Houston.
Okay.
I was asking for the Wi-Fi password.
Hold on, I'm sorry. What'd you ask, Houston?
For the Wi-Fi password.
Who?
The Wi-Fi password, Ed. The Wi-Fi password.
You don't know what the password is?
No.
Family Wi-Fi.
I tried that already.
Okay, with a capital F.
A capital F. Oh.
Ask AT&T Coco.
I already did.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I know it as. Houston. So I'm sorry, but anyway, live TV, y'all. Live streaming.
Wait, that was Houston? I thought that was Zach.
No, it was actually Houston.
No way. I remember when he was like a little guy.
Yeah, well, he's
crazy.
He's still the youngest of all my grandkids. So
wow, he sounds so big now.
Yeah, but no, anyway, and they so I get 40% off. So where it's gonna be $14.99, I think I'm paying $8.99. And where they were gonna charge $40 a month for the subscription, which that was going to be now that's $20 a month.
Okay, that's not bad.
But I get the first 3 months free.
Okay.
And the way it sounds as though it's going to have, in essence, like Voice Vista, where you can put in we put your routes and stuff in there. So again, I can't wait to get my hands on it either. So, but got to keep an eye on my investment and see where they're going with it and what all kind of new stuff they're coming up with and all that good stuff. So I'll be doing that a little bit later on this afternoon. So
sounds good to me.
If anybody would like me to shoot them a copy of the stuff I get from Glide Ints about the Glide, please reach out to me at info@blindunited.org, and I'll make sure you get that information where you can sign up for, like I said, these monthly Zoom meetings, and keep track of what's going on with Glide. I mean, I like the way the approach they're taking. By I mean, these monthly meetings is more about feedback. What do we need? What do we want? And how we can work that into the device. I mean, like he said, most people, they come up with a concept or something they want to do for our community, and then they just go ahead and produce it. Now, then we got to deal with it, whatever it is, where he's actually wanting to have that feedback from everybody to where, where he's actually building a device that everybody wants.
I think that has a lot to do with him being blind, because he knows what it's like to get a product and you're like, this doesn't really fit me,
Right.
So
right.
I'm glad that he's doing it that way.
I mean,
I think it's cool to have things that are made by for us, by us,
Right. I mean, he was also doing the thing where he was talking the other day when he was saying, I mean, he's got his guide dog, I think he called him Bootsy.
Something like that, yeah.
But my point being, he said, he's not going to retire Bootsy, you know what I'm saying? He's going to keep his guide dog, I mean, he loves his guide dog or whatever, but, in the instances where, it's an inconvenience to take his guide dog, now he'll have this.
I think it would be cool to have, I mean, for those who have guide dogs, maybe have like you may not need the whole Glidance thing, but like a GPS type thing that you can, like a hands-free thing that does everything that Glidance does, but not that you're pushing it around, because the dog is guiding you around obstacles, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, maybe what, like a Glidance vest or something you can wear that would have all the sensors on it and cameras, because they were talking about that the other day, how it will have a camera to catch, up above for low branches and signage and stuff like that,
Right. I mean, it would be cool, for the Glidance to read the signage. I mean, most dogs will take you around tree branches or obstacles that are head level, but yeah.
I mean, and that's what I mean, and that was the thing. Like in the demo that he did on Monday, I mean, he had it in what they call the freestyle mode. So I mean, there was meaning that there was no route programmed into it or whatever. He was going somewhere he's been going to for years, so he knew the route. So he was able to just, nudge it and take off. And, I mean, it warned him when there were pedestrians and stuff in front of him. So it kind of put a little resistance into the wheels and got him to slow down. And then, I mean, it also, like when you turn a corner, it gives you a little haptic to let you know that it has plotted the route. A straight line or, the route line down that block or whatever the case may be.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, there's a lot of cool features in there. So I think it's going to be really, really nice to have. So I can't wait to get my hands on it.
And once you get your hands on it, I can't wait to borrow it.
So... But yeah, no, I think it's a really cool device, and they really, I mean, again, I even like the idea of the, using something. I mean, he didn't say it was, the Voice Vista thing, but just in the general way he was talking about the guidance, the GPS, it was. To me, it sounded just like the Voice Vista Soundscape, Soundscape.
Yeah, and then didn't he work at Microsoft? So didn't he have a part in Voice Vista Soundscape?
Yeah, he had a lot to do with the development of Soundscape. I know Voice Vista is the next generation of Soundscape. I don't know that he had any, participation in the production of that, but development of that. But I mean, with the knowledge he already has, I can see where he could put something, I mean, hey, maybe they just build the Voice Vista into it or something. I don't know. Like he said, there's a lot of things they don't even know at this point. I mean, this is their second prototype right now. So they're planning on having the third prototype out later this year, September, October, somewhere in there. And that'll be the one that they want to take to market or to production. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're working on it. They got the bigger tires on it, wheels on it. They got 7-inch wheels. There was a question that came up. I mean, you can literally now roll it downstairs, but you can't go upstairs with it. You'd have to literally pick it up and take it upstairs. But the device will tell you where the handrails are. So, once you get to the stairs, it'll tell you where the handrail are, and you just the bumper on the front of it is supposed to be also like a handle, so that when you pick it up, it make it easier to carry up the stairs and stuff like that. So then the question came up about, being out in the snow and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's questions with that. Like I said, they may not have all of that type of stuff worked out, when they do release it. But by people using it in those environments, they're going to get a lot of data. So the next, within a year, they'll have all that stuff worked out. And one of the possibilities on that is also the ability to change the tires, the wheels, and use a different type of wheel, that might help you better in that type of, terrain and stuff. So I remember they talked about that, like, as an example, people live in places where they got cobblestone, or maybe they ain't got no sidewalks at all. There's a lot of rougher terrain. So they were talking about being able to change the wheels out, depending on, that would help for even people that like to go hiking. You got your city wheels, you got your trail wheels. So, but no, I can't wait for it. I'm really into this. I like me, Britt. My biggest thing is not being able to navigate in unfamiliar areas, and for everything that this, that I'm learning about this is going to help me with that issue. So I'm really excited for it. So.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree.
So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and play these little commercials and get them out the way, and then we jump in. I got a couple articles, so I'll be back with y'all in just a minute.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
Feeling lucky? Join Blind United for a thrilling day at Viejas Casino and Resort. Slaw Machine. Mark your calendars for Friday, August 9th. We're rolling out from 2 locations, Montclair and Buena Park at 9 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. For just $21, you can enjoy a ride filled with fun, refreshments, and the chance to win big. Remember, space is limited, and the deadline for your payment is July 20th. All bookings are non-refundable after July 20th. Bring your poker face and your ID and get ready for a day of excitement and entertainment. No worries about the drive. We've got you covered. You can just relax there and back. Book your spot now. Contact Cheryl at 909-821-9589, cthurston74@gmail.com, or Pedro at 323-631-2122, P. Aguilera at blindunited.org. Let's hit the jackpot together. You can sell your payments to Blind United Incorporated by using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com.
So I just want to make sure everybody's clear every day. I need to say this. Again, as you heard in there, we have two buses, one from Buena Park. It's going to be the parking lot where the Walmart is, right by Anaheim Braille. And then the other one is going to be in the McDonald's parking lot in Montclair on Central Avenue. So if you want to get on that Montclair bus, you reach out to Cheryl Thurston. If you want to reach out if you want to get on that Buena Park bus, then you get with Pedro. But again, on the flip side of that, if you speak Spanish, and you can also call Pedro. He can help you out with that one. Either one that you may call, if you don't get an answer when you call, please leave a message so we know that we'll return your call. Sometimes we get busy too. We've got other things going on in our lives where we can't always just stop what we're doing and answer the phone. So, but if you leave your name and your number, trust and believe somebody will reach back out to you and get you hooked up. And just so you know, like I said, they are selling. We have sold some seats already. So if you want to go, you need to get with us as soon as you possibly can. Make sure your seat is reserved. And then that way you don't miss out. Like I said, a really nice casino. If you're into gambling, myself personally, I like to go across the street and go to the outlet center. So, whatever your flavor is, that's what you can do while you're there. We're all going to get our gamble on a little bit. I drop my little hot 20 in there and get that over with. Well, I generally do it on the way out, really. I like to go make sure I'm registered, get my card all, registered and all that stuff, my player's card. And then I go do my shopping first, then I come back, give me some lunch, drop that hot 20 in one of the machines, sit there and play that till it's over with. And by then it's pretty much time to get on that bus and head back home. So I think we're only there, 4 or 5 hours, Britt? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but again, it's a nice environment down there. It doesn't sound, it's really not a long way across the street. It's a short distance from the casino over to the outlet center. So the outlet center is an outdoor mall kind of center. So, but they got a lot of different designers there, a lot of different stuff going on over there. So don't miss out. Don't miss your opportunity to come hang out. And who knows, you might hit a jackpot. So on that
I doubt
note,
it, but I always lose.
Okay. Well, you can go in there with a negative attitude if you want to. I'm going in there with a positive one. I'm going to go in there and win.
I wish that the slots were accessible. That's all. I want to know what's going on. That's just my whole thing.
Well, you can always go sit down at the blackjack table.
Right.
Maybe go shoot you some dice or what they call it, the roulette wheel.
That's a good idea.
Something other than the slots, but anyway, let me play this article that we have, and then we'll have a little discussion on it on the other side.
Rogue waves capable of sinking ships are raging across our oceans, and scientists don't know why. There are calls for greater monitoring to help build prediction models for these deadly waves. For hundreds of years, seafaring folk have told of rogue, or freak, waves coming out of nowhere and threatening their vessels. It wouldn't be until New Year's Day 1995, however, when a 26 m, high 85 feet, surge was recorded at a gas platform in the North Sea that scientists started taking such reports seriously. The extreme and unpredictable activity has been blamed for numerous incidents at sea. In 2018, 8 crew members had to be rescued when waves sank their fishing boat off the Hawaii coast. More recently, a rogue wave slammed into a cruise ship in the Antarctic Ocean, shattering windows and injuring several passengers, one of them fatally. Yet it remains unclear how common rogue waves are. One study based on media reports recorded just 210 waves worldwide between 2011 and 2018, but the real number is thought to be much higher. It's worth noting that rogue waves differ from tsunamis. The latter are large waves, or a series of waves, that crash onto a coastline, usually following an earthquake or volcanic eruption under the water. While the waves caused by a tsunami can be tall, they're also long in profile. Rogue waves, by contrast, have much steeper slopes and don't break just on shorelines. They can break in open ocean. Technically, they're defined as being at least twice the height of the surrounding waves, although this definition can be misleading, according to University of South Florida researcher Laura Azevedo. It's a bit of a problem because you can have a rogue wave that's 1 meter, 3 feet, high, and that won't do anything to anybody, she says. Azevedo favors a threshold of 4 meters, 13 feet, which she says is the height at which a wave starts to become dangerous. Pull quote, although depth changes do generate bigger waves, the effect is suppressed when the waves are spreading, rather than all heading in the same direction. Exactly what triggers rogue waves is up for debate. What is known is that they're not related to movement on the seabed. It's thought that there are several other factors at play. A team at the University of Oxford, including engineer Dr. Tianning Tang, is attempting to understand their root causes by combining computer modeling with lab-based experiments in large tanks that use paddles to generate waves. Particularly, the team has explored the influence of sudden depth changes. This is a very important problem around continental shelves, for example, where the waves propagate from the deep ocean to coastal areas, says Tang. It also affects the banks created to house offshore wind turbines. The results show that although depth changes do generate bigger waves, the effect is suppressed when the waves are spreading, rather than all heading in the same direction. According to Tang, this means sharp drop-offs are less concerning in the ocean than in the lab, since real waves tend to spread. This chimes with what Azevedo found during her own studies of ocean waves at Tampa Bay, Florida. Thanks to a monitoring buoy, she was able to get 4 years' worth of high-quality data on wave heights at the entrance to the bay, identifying 7,593 waves, more than 10% of the total, meeting the technical definition of rogue waves. Among them, 372 waves were over 4 meters, 13 feet. Azevedo says she couldn't find one specific reason why they occurred, but they were more common when waves were traveling in one direction as opposed to spreading out. It's understandable, she says. When you have all the energy of the sea creating that one wave, that's a big wave. Her work also highlights how at Tampa Bay, which is sheltered by land to the east, the most dangerous waves come from the west and more often when conditions are stormy or windy. The causes of rogue waves are not universal, however, so Azevedo's results may only be relevant for bays comparable to Tampa's. All this makes it difficult to predict when rogue waves will strike at the moment. As understanding grows, scientists could use modeling techniques to make more accurate long-term predictions. This might, for example, allow the owner of an offshore wind turbine to know how many waves over 4 meters, 13 feet, they could expect during the next 20 years. But, as Tang notes, it's much harder to make short-term predictions that tell crew members whether a rogue wave is going to hit their ship in the next, say, 20 minutes. That said, in 2016, researchers at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, did claim to have developed a prediction tool capable of spotting waves that could become a problem within 2 to 3 minutes. Improved monitoring could boost efforts to predict rogue waves. Right now, Azevedo says, most monitoring buoys don't transmit maximum wave heights, but send significant wave height, which is an average of the tallest 33% of waves over a given period. So, you're missing the big waves, she says, adding that this would be simple to change. Better data could account for extreme waves, which, by some estimates, are already increasing due to climate change. Azevedo suggests one solution could be for designers to make ships resilient enough to withstand double the significant wave height. That would no doubt need some convincing due to the increased costs. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, I guess it's useful that they're now starting to study this. I mean, that keeping it 100, these rogue waves have been happening throughout history that I know of. Just watching different articles and news things or whatever. A lot of these boats are built to not capsize anymore. They're when something's getting ready to happen, you can seal that boat up and get hit by a wave, and it might roll all the way over, but it's going to go back upright. You know what I'm saying? So with these waves, I guess as she's making a statement, are getting bigger, then they may have to improve some of these boats, or I should say ships. I know a lot of the Coast Guard ships and stuff have got the uprighting feature on them, stuff like that. I mean, it could be really dangerous, I mean, for cruise ships out there. I mean, those are some big ships, but again, you get hit in the side with an 85-foot wave, you're going to have quite of a mess. I mean, you say on there, they broke windows, portholes, whatever it broke, but it did a job on the ship. I would hate to see something happen to, God forbid, and there's I don't know how many of them are out there, but these big oil tankers. Imagine one of them things getting hit and messing up, and now we got crude oil all over the ocean, in a remote place. So how are you going to get out there and clean all that up, right? So, but yeah, no, I mean, they need to work on this technology. They need to work on, trying to predict some of this stuff. I mean, they got buoys out there. Maybe they need to come up with a better system to where it's actually monitoring actual waves instead of an average of waves. Something in there, I know they definitely need more than a couple minutes. Couple minutes, as MIT has supposedly been able to do now, to let you know, you got 2 minutes. Well, okay, well, you better hurry up and hit a button and start batting down the hatches, as they say, and try to save yourself. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to be out there on a cruise ship either when they got hit by one of these things. That would end my cruising thing. I wouldn't want to take another cruise after that, I don't think. So I don't know. What you got anything on that, Britt? You got any
No,
feelings?
not really. All I can say is Gloria said good morning. So good morning, Gloria. Thank you for supporting us and watching us.
Thank you very much, Gloria. So, but yeah, no, again, I mean, you study what you don't know. I mean, again, I'm good with this one because they're studying something that is actually, it's a phenomenon that's happening, frequently out there in the ocean, even though they haven't figured out exactly why yet. At least you're studying it to figure that part out. But at the same time, you gotta develop safer vessels, that's going to be able to withstand that kind of stuff while we're out there. So, I mean, we got so many ships out there now. I mean, from container ships to cruise ships to oil tankers to fishing boats. I mean, Britt, did you know they actually have, back in the day, we used to hear about, like canneries where, all the fishermen came in and dumped their catch and these canneries would, do what they do with the fish and put them in the tuna cans or whatever. I'm saying tuna cans because it's just, one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
But now they got actual ships that do all that out in the ocean. So by the time they come back to shore, that stuff is ready to head to the market. I mean, that's crazy. And not only that, these guys are out there for, sometimes a couple months to fill that ship up. So man, that's a lot. That's a long time to be away from home out on a boat. Hell, that's worse than being in the military, I guess. They get out there and they're there for a long time as well. I mean, that's something else we didn't even talk about. You think about a lot of our military equipment, our ships, they're nuclear. Our aircraft carriers, our submarines. Well, submarines, they are already underwater, but I don't know what a wave would do to them underwater. I'm quite sure there'll still be some sort of turbulence down there, but I mean, you don't want those ships to get damaged and mess up those nuclear reactors either, because now what? We got radioactive water. So, I mean, it's definitely worthy research, to try to head off something, potential danger. Hopefully that they're not hiding it from us and nothing major has happened yet that has actually caused it to really move forward with this research. I just hope the research is something, they're doing because they recognize a potential danger. So with all that being said, what is this? I got one more article. This one here might be a little bit more to everybody's liking. So let me play this one and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Fast food chains jacked up their prices. Now they're trying to win you back with value menus. Fast food chains are heading toward a price war this summer as America pulls back on dining out. While a race to the bottom could hurt all players, McDonald's, with its rich profit margin and cash flow, seems best positioned to emerge as the winner. The companies have been raising prices aggressively over the past 2 years, outpacing both grocery costs and dining at full-service restaurants. Customers, especially those from lower-income households, are visiting the chain restaurants less and cooking at home more. Now, the chains are hyping discounts to lure diners back. Burger King debuted its $5 Your Way meal earlier this month, which equates to a roughly 30% discount. McDonald's rolled out a $5 value meal Tuesday. Wendy's, already selling its Biggie Bag meal at that price, launched a $3 breakfast deal in May. The simple, nationally advertised, price-pointed value offer remains important, says Morgan Stanley analyst Brian Harbour. Customers are not always that sophisticated, and most don't use the app in traditional fast food, meaning a headline national value offer has much broader reach. But those promotions could cut franchisee profits. The top line might get hurt as well if the smaller check size cannot be offset by increasing traffic or if customers flock to the restaurants only for the promoted items. Already, some franchisees are voicing concerns. There simply isn't enough profit to discount 30% for this model to be sustainable. It necessitates a financial contribution by McDonald's, wrote the National Owners Association, an advocacy group representing more than 1,000 local operators, in a letter to its members. What's happening now in the burger category is a race to the bottom, with all these companies discounting to try to retain market share, says BTIG analyst Peter Sala. This isn't a profitable venture. Still, the companies are hoping that the loss-making deals could show the public that they are still unbeatable when it comes to cheap meals. If you look at the news stories about McDonald's over the past several months, it's all about how expensive it's gotten, Sala says. They wanted to change that narrative. Since last year, budget-strapped consumers have blasted out social media posts about unaffordable fast food. While some of the high prices are extreme cases, franchisees have the freedom to set their own prices. Consumer perception toward fast food is changing. According to a study from LendingTree, 78% of respondents said they now see eating fast food as a luxury and 65% were shocked by the price of their orders. Last month, McDonald's released a public letter calling the online information inaccurate and said its menu prices have increased an average of 40% over the past 5 years, largely matching the rise of input costs like food and salaries, instead of the over 100% some internet users claimed. Still, a 40% price hike is hard for many to keep up with. According to a Treasury Department report, weekly earnings of lowest-paid Americans rose by 23% from 2019 to 2023. Although that's the strongest growth among all income groups, fast food is getting cut from the budget as rising living expenses continue to squeeze consumers' wallets. A race of promotions would be an expensive way to win back consumers. But compared with its competitors, McDonald's is in better financial shape to pull it off. McDonald's has over 13,000 locations in the U.S., about double the number of Burger King and Wendy's. The stores are also busier than rivals. In 2023, an average McDonald's in the U.S. generated roughly $4 million in sales, while Wendy's and Burger King had an average of $2.1 million and $1.6 million per store, respectively. McDonald's is also more profitable than its rivals, especially as it continues to add franchise stores and collect royalty fees with very little additional costs. In the first quarter, operating margin before taxes and interest was 44%, 15 percentage points higher than a decade ago, beating Burger King's 30% and Wendy's 15%. All that means the company should have much more cash and resources to help its franchisees sail through the difficult times if the value war were to drag on. The consumer response could be pronounced if McDonald's markets this adequately and sticks with the strategy consistently, wrote Harbor in a recent note. Besides the $5 meal, McDonald's is also offering free fries on Friday with a $1 minimum purchase through the end of 2024 and various local deals across the nation. The value-focused initiatives, plus marketing and new product launches over the coming quarters, should help boost McDonald's U.S. same-store sales by 2 percentage points, wrote UBS analyst Dennis Geiger in a note on Friday. He expects the company to launch a permanent value platform later this year. Despite recent U.S. sales pressures and concerns around value perceptions, we believe McDonald's is positioned to improve its value offering and sales trajectory in the second half of 2024 and into 2025, wrote the analyst. Getting the franchisees on board won't be easy. But if the company provides enough support and shares the financial risks, it shouldn't be a major hurdle. Franchisees care about their cash flow, but also care about traffic and comp momentum, says Harbor. We never believed they were content to sit on their hands. McDonald's could use its size to leverage negotiation with suppliers. Coca-Cola, a longtime partner, has reportedly pitched into the firm's marketing funds to subsidize the costs of the $5 promotion. It won't be surprising to see other input costs come down as well, and the savings passed on to the franchisees. McDonald's remains well-positioned to weather external pressures while investing in growth due to our unique size and scale, the company told Barron's. This, combined with the strength of our core equities, an industry-leading loyalty base, and strong franchisee alignment allows us to do so at scale. Wendy's and Burger King's parent restaurant Brands International didn't respond to requests for comment. The fast food sector saw this plot a decade ago, when inflation at restaurants outpaced that for at-home food, leading to falling sales. Many chains rolled out value offers to attract customers. McDonald's fared better that time around. From 2016 to 2018, its domestic stores posted 2.6% annual average comparable sales growth, beating Burger King's 1.7% and Wendy's 1.4%. McDonald's is in better shape today than 6 years ago, as it has rolled out new menu items, renovated its stores, and launched self-service kiosks, mobile apps, and technology that enables employees to deliver food directly to customers' tables. Instead of its direct competitors in the burger category, McDonald's should watch out for other corners of the restaurant industry. During the last value war, it lost market share, albeit less than Burger King and Wendy's, to non-burger rivals like Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Domino's, and Chipotle Mexican Grill. Still, the addressable market for fast food continues to expand, especially in the global markets, even as more competitors are bidding for a bigger share. Despite some softness this year, McDonald's earnings are expected to grow 8% in both 2025 and 2026. McDonald's shares have declined 13% year to date and now trade at 20 times forward earnings, the lowest level since 2018. Even if the cheap valuation continues, the stock should reach at least $287 based on 2026 earnings. That's 12% higher than the current price. Wall Street is more optimistic. Analysts polled by FactSet expect the stock to reach $311 on average in the next 12 months, indicating a 21% gain. In the world of fast food, scale still matters. Now back to the Coffee Time crew.
Free fries on Friday. Or $5 fry, or whatever it is. That sounds exciting.
Well, I mean, you get free fries if you spend at least $1. So my question
I'm
is,
for that.
do I only get one order of fries for free, or do, if I buy 5 different
Probably
burgers,
one order of fries for free.
if I get 5 burgers, I should get 5 fries, right?
I agree.
But no, that's going to be a little bit too much, I guess. But the crazy part is, they want to blame this on wages. They want to blame it on the high cost of, the stuff, the supplies, right?
Right. But I have to say, ever since COVID, it seems like fast food prices, grocery prices have really been going up. They have to blame it on something.
Right. But they didn't want to blame it on COVID. You know what I'm saying? So because they didn't have the sales during COVID that they were used to, they jacked the price up to, try to increase their profit margin. That was the start of it. But again, they just kept going up and kept going up and kept going up, to where they got people with, no, we can't afford to do that no more, And then they want to blame. I mean, I heard a story a little while back where McDonald's was actually talking about leaving California because of the $20 an hour minimum wage for fast food workers here. But California ain't the only one that's implementing that, so why blame it on California, I mean, the whole point is y'all been price gouging for a long time, and now, oh shit, we ain't got no customers no more. What are we going to do? I mean, what are we going to get to on that $5 value menu? A regular hamburger? Or is it going to be at least, some sort of a hamburger meal? I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the menu. I haven't, myself personally, I've always liked McDonald's. I still have a taste for McDonald's now and then, but I'm being honest, now that I know all the different preservatives and everything they put in there, and, I just kind of stay away from it. I don't eat it nowhere near as much as I used to, I mean, back when I was driving truck, I would eat McDonald's or something almost every day. Of course, it was fast food while you out there on that truck. So, whatever fast food you could run across while you was out there moving around. But McDonald's was one of my go-to things. I used to love me, give me some quarter pounders and do my thing with that. But again, it's just, they got so much stuff in there that the preservatives and so on and so forth, because it takes so long to get it from, Golden Foods, which is McDonald's distribution for all of their food products, right? That's who makes all of their food products and delivers it to the various locations. But again, because there's just a lot of preservatives in there. Just so it's not. You're not buying it from a local bakery. You're not buying it from a local this. You're not buying it from a local that. You're buying it from Golden State Foods or whatever it is. And it might take you a minute to get your stuff. So they put all those preservatives and stuff in there for that as well. And Lord knows preservatives ain't good for our body. They might be, help the food last longer, but I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want a quarter pounder that's been sitting on the table for a week. I don't care if it's still good or not. I don't want it. But again, don't blame it on, you've been getting away with doing it, all this other stuff for years. You know what I'm saying? You just been jacking up your prices. You're not doing anything for your employees. Most of your employees are on SNAP and Medicaid or whatever the case may be, while you sitting there, making millions of dollars. Like they said, each store average sales is $4.5 million a year. That's a lot of money for you not to be paying your employees a living wage. So, I mean, $20, I mean, again, it's back when I was first starting working, oh man, $20. Ooh, I wish I could have got $20. But in today's world, $20 an hour really ain't that much money. It really isn't. I mean, people need an average of, that $20, $25 an hour. They can sustain. They're not going to, have a whole lot of extra money. I mean, come on. In LA, what is it? $2,300 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment? That's crazy. $2,500? Oh my goodness. It's just ridiculous. You got to pay, people got to be able, they got to get paid enough to be able to sustain their life, It's just that simple. So you can't have all of this, what they want to call it, right to work stuff, where you're willing to, if you're willing to take $3 an hour, that's what they're going to pay you. No, what do you need? 10 jobs? You ain't even got time for 10 jobs. So I don't know, but I don't know if they get their prices right. I like to go through there every now and then. I went through there a couple of weeks ago. We had some breakfast, and I think we had, to me, it was a little crazy. We got 2 sausage egg McMuffins for $10. That was crazy. That wasn't meals. That was just 2 sandwiches. So a lot of us in the community, we, of course, we do that fast food thing. A lot of folks don't, I hate to say it, but a lot of folks don't know how to cook. They can't cook. So they're forced to go with the fast food thing, So all I can say is they better learn how to cook, right? So anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll get better. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this a little short, a little early, just so I can have a couple minutes to get myself together before my next little meeting I got going on. Anybody else pop up in the comments down there, Britt? Or maybe I lost her. So I guess I must have lost her. She's not in here right now. So on that note, everybody, I hope you have a great Wednesday. Enjoy your day. Do something productive. Do something to make yourself feel good. You know what I'm saying? So do something to help somebody else. Don't always think about yourself. Sometimes you got to think about other folks. Let's just say pay it forward. So on that note, everybody have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.